There you go. Hello, everyone, and thank you for being present. And then today we're going to present College of Science and Engineering Open House. But before we start, a brief comment here. Um, the questions will be addressed near the end of the presentation. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat, and we will take care of answering them by the end. Also, please note that this will be recorded and will be shortly available on our on the HPKU YouTube channel. Before starting, a message from our provost. Let me play that for you.
Good morning and a warm welcome to all of you. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the Graduate Studies Open House at Hamad bin Khalifa University. Today's event is your opportunity to discover how HPKU can help you pursue advanced studies, engage in cutting-edge research, and make an impact on the world. HPKU was founded with a clear purpose: to advance knowledge, drive meaningful research, and prepare future leaders capable of addressing complex global challenges. As part of the Qatar Foundation, we are uniquely positioned within an ecosystem dedicated to education, innovation, and community development, one that connects ideas with real-world outcomes. Our university is organized around 6 colleges, covering science and engineering, health and life sciences, humanities and social sciences, Islamic studies, law, and public policy, each contributing to a broad interdisciplinary vision of education. We have recently added a new School of Economics and Management to the existing fields of study and continue to grow our scope and impact. Complementing these academic entities are 3 major research institutes that anchor our efforts in cutting-edge inquiry and applied innovation, addressing critical priorities for Qatar and the wider world. Most importantly, HPKU is a dynamic community that brings together students, faculty, and researchers from diverse backgrounds who collaborate in an environment that values curiosity, creativity, and shared purpose. You'll find world-class faculty, state-of-the-art facilities, and opportunities for engagement with industries and international partners that make learning here both rigorous and relevant. Our graduates carry that spirit forward, making a difference through leadership in academia, industry, government, and entrepreneurship. As you join today's sessions, I encourage you to connect with our faculty, explore our programs, and see how HPKU can be the place where your ideas turn into impact and your ambitions take shape. Thank you for joining us, and once again, welcome to Hamad bin Khalifa University.
Now I will leave the floor to Dr. Amin Birmak, Professor and Associate Dean at the College of Science and Engineering, for a short presentation. Dr. Amin, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Yunus. Welcome to all our prospective students to this open house. My name is Amin Birmak. I'm a Professor and Associate Dean Research at the College of Science and Engineering. First of all, I would like to apologize on behalf of our Dean, Dr. Munir, who could not make it. He's a bit sick. So I would like to start with the organizational structure of the college. It's mainly organized through 3 divisions, multidisciplinary division. The first one is Information and Computing Technology, Sustainable Development, Engineering, Management, and Decision Sciences. Within these divisions, we have various programs, very contemporary programs. In the area of sustainability, we have a Master and PhD in both sustainable energy and sustainable environment. In the area of ICT, we have a PhD in Computer Science and Engineering, a Master of Science in Cybersecurity, a Master of Science in Data Science and Engineering, and also a Master of Information Systems in Health Management. In the area of engineering management, we have two programs, basically Master and PhD, both in logistics and supply chain management. In addition to that, we have also a joint program with the College of Health and Life Science, which is related to a Master of Data Analytics in Health Management. And together with the University of South Carolina, we offer a Master in Sports and Entertainment Management. This is actually a joint degree. Next, Yunus. All right, so you can see that we have been growing quite steadily over the last 10 years. This year actually marks 10 years of our start. We started in 2015 with about 80 students, and now we have grown to actually more than 500 students. And if you look at the topography or distribution of our students, we are mainly roughly one third, one third, one third. One third Qataris, one third, a bit than one third resident, and also around close to one third international students. And also a partition of almost 50-50 in terms of female gender distribution, female and male. As you can see again, we have been growing very steadily, and also in terms of number of application, we have been growing very aggressively. As you can see, in 2024, we received something close to 15,000 application. So our acceptance rate is very competitive, and typically our average GPA for our intake is way higher than 3.5 out of 4. So it's pretty competitive, and basically we have very prestigious programs. And as you can see, these are the distributions around the bachelor degree, the master degree, and a PhD degree. Our bachelor has been growing because we inherited some of the programs that were initially at Texas A&M, and now they are with us. So we have a couple of bachelor programs, 4 programs, and also we are growing in terms of number of students in the MSc and also in the PhD program. So this is again showing our growth, and this is the number of graduates per year. Now we are roughly reaching the, I would say, close to the steady state in terms of the graduate program, but still growing in terms of the undergraduate programs. And as you can see, one of the key figure of merit related to our excellence is the number of GESRA. These are the Graduate Student Research Award that we get from the government, from QRDI. And as you can see, over the years, probably in the last 10 years, over 50% of all GESRA that are offered within the whole of Qatar has been awarded to the College of Science and Engineering. Now, I would like to just show you a very brief snapshot of our student excellence and excellence in innovation, some indicator of quality of our students. As you can see, our students publish quite a lot. These are the number of published paper and accepted papers by our students, and also the number of patents. So roughly we're talking about basically in the last 2 years, close to an average of 100 paper per year for our students, and also around 10 to 15 patents every year. And we have also our students who get placed in the best possible entities and also institutions within Qatar and abroad. For example, looking at students who get job in Kahrama, in Qatar Airways, in Keri, in international firms such as Siemens, and also Shell, Qualcomm, even Qualcomm in the US, and also other international firms. And also our students being placed for PhD studies. For example, after they finish their master, they go on a PhD. We had cases, for example, the student going to McGill, going to Texas A&M College Station, Stanford University, Sweden, UK, and other very prestigious universities around the world. So our students are pretty productive and also being placed in top institutions worldwide. And this is showing you again the growth of number of publications per year for our student. As you can see, in 22-23, we have published over close to 300 papers with our students, and also the number of patents submitted is quite high, and we get a lot of GESRA, as I mentioned before, which corresponds to huge funding, because GESRA not only sponsors the students but also sponsors the tuition of the students. These are some of the local and international regional awards that our student got. We have a constant presence in the in His Highness the Emir Qatar Educational Excellence Award. Every year we have at least 1 or 2 awards in this category, which is very prestigious. We also rank very highly in various competitions, such as the competition done by QDP, QSTP, and Qatar Educational Excellence Award. So our students are award winners and also very highly competitive locally, regionally, and internationally, as you can see in some of the international competitions as well. So these are just snapshot again of these awards. For example, His Highness the Emir Award. As I said, we are present every year in these awards, and every year the college will get a couple of students who get awarded this very prestigious award. Next. And these are also some a snapshot of these achievements. Next. Again, I don't want to go through all of them, but as you can see, our students are doing very, very well in a number of competitions. For example, first place in the MENA region AI competition, MOTC competition, QDP, Qatar Development Bank Innovation Startup Fund. These are also some other indicators of quality outcomes. So, for example, some of our students, after they finish, they go and grab basically faculty position around the world. For example, an assistant professor at Florida State University in the UAE, at the University of Doha, some basically high management position in the ministries, such as the Ministry of Defense, Kahrama and Meda, Qatar Stock Exchange, and other areas. Also, again, postdoctoral fellows and faculty position at prestigious universities such as York University. And for example, one of our students is actually a postdoc in Wistar Institute in the US. Next. Again, some of our students also would like to go for entrepreneurship, not just faculty position and industry, but also start their own foundry, their own companies. And basically, the best example of this is a very successful company called the AppLab, which was started by one of our students. And in fact, this company is growing very rapidly. As of today, they employ about 85 engineers with a turnaround of about 38 million rial, and also grabbing a lot of market within Qatar and also within the region as well. So a very successful company started by our student. Again, some other examples such as the Q Chain that has won many awards and also being started by one of our students. Next. And also in terms of our faculty, we can guarantee that you will get education from the very best faculty. We have been able to hire from different parts of the world. We have about 21 nationalities within our body of faculty, hired from very top universities, got PhD from top universities around the world, in both mostly the US and also Europe and the region. For example, we have PhDs from USC, Pittsburgh, Michigan, McGill, HEC, even MIT, Texas A&M, Washington, Maryland, and many more. And we also have a good representation of Qatari faculty. We have 5 outstanding Qatari faculty who obtained their PhD from very top places such as Stanford, Imperial, Queen's Mary University of London, and UBC. And as you can see, again, also there is a growth in terms of number of faculty. We started with 8 faculty back in 2015. Now we are at about 71 faculty within the college, which shows a steady growth and basically not a growth in terms of number as well, but also in terms of quality of the faculty that we have. These are the some of the research pillars that we have. Again, 3 divisions that are tightly linked to about 8 research pillars, mainly related to areas in the domain of sensing, communication, and networking. Cybersecurity, AI is a very strong area within the college. Health is also an area that is receiving a lot of attention, especially also autism, for example. Energy and resources, water, food, and environment in the sustainability division, and also logistics and supply chain management. And recently, we have been also putting a lot of effort in the area of quantum computing with the major grant that we got from the Ministry of Defense. And we have a faculty who is leading that area with a very good, generous funding from the government, from MOD. This is in terms of faculty performance. One of the figure of merit that people use in terms of quality of faculty is data that is published by Stanford University every year, looking at the top 2% most cited and most influential faculty worldwide. And in this 2% world scientists list, we have about basically more than 1/3 of our faculty who belong to that list. HBKU CSE has about 36% of our faculty who are part of this list. And as you can see, if it is benchmarked against basically top universities around the world, you can see that we rank very highly. Like, for example, Stanford will have close to 30%. We have 35%. You have Oxford about 16%, CMU about 22%, and we are out there present in the list. Next. And also here you can see the number of publication. This gives you basically the number of publication that we publish every year. In fact, we have exceeded 2024. We have by far exceeded the number of 600. So we have an average of now very close to 1,000 publication per year. If you try to normalize that by the number of faculty, you will see that our faculty are very productive. We're talking about an average of over 15 papers every year by our faculty. This includes, of course, journal paper, book chapters, and also conferences. And in addition, we have close to 200 patents that have been submitted so far. Some of them have been granted. And this is the list of some of the patents that we have filed. And some of them are granted in various areas related to AI, related to sensors, related to basically communication, related to smart devices and systems as well as integrated circuit design. Next. I've shown you about the quantity. I think the quantity is very impressive, but at the same time, the quality is also extremely good. So we have benchmarked, for example, what we call the field weighted citation index, which reflects the impact of your research, because basically if your field weighted citation index is higher than 1, it means that you are higher than the average of the world. Sorry, because 1 reflects an average impact. If you are higher than 1, it means you are higher than the average. If you look at the field weighted citation impact of our faculty, we have an average of 2.46 for the overall college, which is very impressive. If you try to benchmark that with very top universities, you will see that we are really up there. So, for example, the ones that will get higher than 2 in terms of FWCI, you're talking about places like KAUST, CMU, Oxford, and Stanford. Next. Again, this is typically we are also active in terms of research funding. Every faculty is very active in terms of applying to research funding, and we do apply internally and externally to research funding institutions in Qatar and outside. And as you can see, we have been constantly growing in terms of the number of grants and also in terms of dollars, in terms of the amount of money that we get for research. And this is very important because these are the grants that if you join, you will be working on this very important, basically research grants, which are typically applied research, and also some of them are also basic research. So in terms of number, we're talking about, for example, in 2023, we exceeded 10 million US per year. And this is not the funding coming to the college. This is the funding coming through competitive research funding applications. Next. So this is showing you the distribution. Most of it is actually coming from QNRF or QRDI, what we call QRDI today. But some of it is also external. So we have also external funding that is coming from external entities such as NATO and other sources of funding from outside the country, which means we are also competitive internationally, seeking grants from international institutions as well. Next. Again, this is showing you the various grants that we have and the categories of grants that we get funding, where we get funding from. We're talking about an average of 4 to 5 competitive research grants per faculty, which is huge, which means that all our faculty are very active researchers, not only publishing and making impact in terms of research publication, but also seeking grants in order to support the research. And as you can see, we have a very large number of grants in the area of, for example, NPRP, that is now called ARG from QNRF or QRDI. Also, the GESRA is very high because we get a lot of students sponsored for graduate studies. And also even as I said, external grants such as grants from NATO, Supreme Committee, Samsung, and other places around the country and internationally. Next. Again, this is focusing on grants application, which is Again, as I said, I cannot stress more than this is very, very important. So we get funding, for example, from Schlumberger, HMC in the area of health. You're talking about also some Russian companies, Barzan Holding. This is in the area of quantum computing. For example, Belmont, which is a European funding agency. So very, very competitive European funding. NATO, funding from NATO, Supreme Committee, Samsung, Ratia Foundation, and also Yokogawa Electric from Japan. Next. So this is just showing you some of the sample contribution related to innovation and technology transfer. So this is really applied research that we do. So for example, we have one of our faculty who started the company called the Qatar Advanced Simulation for Reservoir. He called it Qasr. And this is actually basically provide the cloud-based solution to do basically very complex simulation of reservoirs. He has been making a lot of progress, and he got very good funding from oil companies such as Schlumberger. And this is growing very rapidly, and it's a very advanced software company looking at simulation of reservoir. Another faculty doing basically a startup in the area of sustainability, and the company is called QCon. So it's a digital waste exchange platform. It's for waste management, and it's mainly for the environment and also circular economy. And it allows users to benefit economically from their transaction when actually they recycle the waste. And it's a very interesting, smart application. These are actually some of the logos of the companies that we collaborate with. As you can see, we have a very wide spectrum of companies that are local and also international. Looking locally, for example, Beledna, Kahrama, Midaha, MY, MOD, and also internationally, as you can see, Siemens, Samsung, ExxonMobil, Nokia, IBM, and Aberdiola, and other very top companies around the world. So things that we do, very simple, a sample or a snapshot of what we do. So for example, this is related to my research. We actually build smart sensors and smart systems. For example, during the World Cup, we built a very low-cost watch that can monitor vital signs of workers in the field. We built not only the low-cost smart watch, but also the wireless system that goes with it, that can be implemented in big fields, such as, for example, stadiums. Next. We also do a lot of smart devices using printed electronics. For example, a smart mask that was applied during the COVID. All of these technologies are actually patented. Smart diaper to monitor the infant vital sciences. Smart glove for workers. Also, we work a lot on chip design. For example, RFID with basically sensing capabilities in order to, let's say, monitor the grid, monitor transformers that can overheat here in Qatar. And this has been deployed for Aberdiola, for example. So it has been piloted. Also, some of our colleagues are doing research in the area of IC design, integrated circuit design, for biomedical applications, specifically in the area of blood flow meter with fluorescent, basically detection or fluorescent light detection. You can actually monitor the blood flow in humans, and therefore you can avoid a lot of diseases using this technology. Next. Also, we are very active in the area of AI. We design a lot of AI solution for different areas, such as, for example, for health, detecting skin cancer, detecting diabetes, looking at medical image classification in order, let's say, to detect TB, looking at the X-ray images and other images. We also have a startup. One of our colleagues is working on using a simple camera in order to detect basically diabetic people, looking at imaging of the retina. So this is AI disease prediction, looking at the image of the retina, and he's using a lot of AI and also some hardware solutions. Again, in the area of AI, we built also some very interesting application looking at mental health, for example, monitoring of children. This was mainly done during the COVID in order to monitor the mental health of children in school. Also, this has won the first place in the MENA in Africa competition, and has received a lot of attention, especially within QF, because it's being deployed as a pilot for QF schools. And also other applications in the area of AI. For example, by gathering the data from MOI, we were able to predict accidents in the road. So this is actually AI for predicting traffic accident. On the right side, we have a lot of activities related to autism. So we have many faculty working on using machine learning and AI in order to detect basically autism in children and also to improve their learning ability. In the area of sustainability, we have also a lot of very outstanding research going on. For example, looking at moisture or biochar in order to improve the usage of water. And as you can see here in the middle picture, you can see if you use just 2% of this biochar, it will improve the growth of the grass. And also you can use less water, which means it can be used for big fields of grass such as stadium. And this was actually supported by the Supreme Committee during the World Cup. Also looking at a building platform such as this platform that look at the national food security and its decision platform, where you can look at the basically looking at an interactive platform allowing visualization and decision making within the food sector in order to improve logistics and also decision making. Next. And also in the area of sustainability, we do a lot of basically work related to greenhouse, and we started a lot of projects related to agri-tech, where we try to use AI and also basically sensors in order to improve crops growth and also basically management of the greenhouses. And this goes all the way from plants monitoring, the soil monitoring, and also detecting insects and other type of basically things that you want to remove within the plant. Robotics, we also starting a lot of activities in the area of robotics. Recently, we hired the faculty in the area of robotics. So, for example, this was a robot that was used during the COVID, where the idea is to disinfect indoor and outdoor surfaces, and also to detect ihtiraz status when people are walking around, and also to detect body temperature and to generate an alarm if there is an issue within the building. Next. We do a lot of work related to cybersecurity. In fact, also in the area of cyber physical and also protection of infrastructure. This is a project where we try to develop a cyber physical system for stockpiles, inventory control. Next. And also a lot of research in the area of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is also very important and a strong research area within the college. So, for example, protecting critical infrastructure using drones and in order to inspect basically critical infrastructure. And this project was also funded by Qatar Airways, where the idea was to use, for example, drones in order to inspect airplanes and also critical infrastructure, not only within the airports, but also within big firms. This is human-computer interaction projects that we have, or human-computer interfaces with applications related to our local heritage. So, for example, we had Yunus here who developed a very interesting project related to a visual exploration of al-ahadith, and he tried to do it with VR, virtual reality goggles. You can wear them and interact in a graphical way within, for example, Sahih al-Bukhari. This was a very interesting, basically, interface between our heritage and also modern technology. Again, another example is building art using AI, but again, something related to our heritage. For example, creating horses and also other very interesting artwork using AI. And actually, we had many exhibitions related to this. Next. And for all these efforts, for all this research, we have been basically very pleased to see that computer science and engineering, we ranked very highly. In fact, in 2022, we ranked in the top 150, 200 worldwide in the area of computer science. Can you go next? Which is, in fact, this you can think about it, not in an absolute value, but in a relative value. If you have a college that started just 10 years ago, and you are in the top 200, it means a lot, because we are very young in terms of age, but making it in the top sometimes even 100 or even 200, means that you are doing a pretty good job. I don't believe in the absolute ranking. 76, 78, 100 does not really matter. But being on the map matters a lot, because it shows that we have been making very steady progress. And as you can see from this diagram, you can see that our peers are very top universities such as ETH Zurich and University of Toronto, which means we are up there in terms of peers university, which shows that in a very short period of time, we were able to make it on the map of top universities around the world. Next. So with that, I would like to conclude my part, and this is quite general. I try to give you a very small snapshot, and my colleagues are going to go a little bit deeper in terms of the other divisions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amin. That was a very rich presentation. We already had a lot of questions, but just a kind of reminder here, we will tackle all the questions near the end of the presentation. So now we'll leave the floor to Dr. Yusuf Bichir, who is going to be talking about the Division of Sustainable Developments. Dr. Yusuf, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amin, Dr. Yunus, for the presentations and introductions. So welcome, everyone. So now, as Dr. Yunus mentioned, we will have sessions for the for sustainability first, and then ICT division, and then logistics division. Can I take the control, Yunus? Okay.
I will do it for you. Just.
So for those students who want to apply for sustainability, we have two programs. I will mention them, but before that, we need to define the sustainability. So sustainability is the meeting the needs of the current generation without compromising the needs of the future generation. But it has three components: economic, environment, and social aspects. That's why in these programs, we always try to cover these analyses: economic analysis, environmental assessment, social acceptance as well. Next. Okay. So in the programs, we have a PhD and Masters in Sustainable Energy and Sustainable Environment. Normally, these programs are similar to each other. The main difference is the number of courses are same, but the name of the courses are different. You can take environmentally dominant courses or energy dominant courses, and the thesis topics are different for each of them. If you want to focus on energy storage, renewables, fossil fuels, natural gas, you can register or get admitted for the sustainable energy program. But if you are more working on environment, civil engineering, water, then sustainable environment program is more suitable for you. So since 2015, we offer these programs, 10th year. And we have several faculty members, and now it's becoming 14 faculty members. More than 25 courses we offer. We have fundamentals of research method ethics and also sustainability fundamentals. After that, we have electives, more than 120 graduates already in Qatar, and more than 120 dissertation and theses from the students. And we have more than 50 grants and more than 150 research projects in the division. So when we talk about sustainability, these keywords you need to keep in mind. If you are interested in these, you need to apply for these programs: sustainability, resiliency, climate change, global warming, emission reduction, savings based on the efficiency improvements. We have technological aspects, social and policy aspects, but in the engineering program here, we more focus on technology, technical readiness, maturity, feasibility, manufacturing, etc. And we combine it with innovation and research. We have some patents, as Dr. Amin mentioned, from sustainability perspective, water treatment, membranes, cooling systems. These are all under our domain. So which topics do we cover in the sustainable energy? Based on the faculty's expertise, we have multidisciplinary division. We have environmental engineers, chemical engineers, mechanical engineers, civil engineers in the department, even computers to some extent, because we use AI in the energy domain too. When you want to work on biomass, green energy, renewables, or energy storage, or oil and gas technologies, transportation, clean transportation, urban mobility, sustainable cities, emission reduction from the refineries, green buildings, or smart cities, or manufacturing using 3D or additive manufacturing, as well as energy production, conversion, and transmission. These are all under the domain of Sustainable Energy Department. And from the environment perspective, we have again water treatment, desalination, water management, distribution, inefficiencies in the water pipelines, and then we also focus on energy water nexus, energy water food nexus, where we combine it with agriculture, air quality, atmospheric chemistry. We model, simulate atmospheric chemistry, carbon emissions in the atmosphere, air quality measurements in Qatar, inside the buildings, ecosystem management, and urban planning of the cities with built environment, some experimental, some of them simulation in the POMSO software and Aspen Plus software, but we have also experimental air quality measurements inside the buildings, their effects on the human health. These are all under the domain of sustainable environment. Currently, we have 8 faculty members, but with the introduction of Texas A&M faculty members, we will be 14. 1 lecturer, Dr. Muammer, Dr. Gordon, Dr. Tarek, Dr. Ahmed Abu Sheikha, myself, Dr. Yusuf, and Dr. Lulua, Dr. Peter, Dr. Azam, and Dr. Ahmed Raki as a lecturer. We have also lab managers. If you want to go to lab to work in experimental systems, then you need to get trained. After training, you need to have access to the labs. We have equipments to use. You need to learn how to use the equipment. We will give the trainings in case you are admitted. And each of these professors will have different research teams mentioned on the right side of the slide here. If you are related to manufacturing, then you can contact Dr. Muammar. If you want water treatment, Dr. Gordon, oil and gas, Dr. Ahmed, energy water nexus, Dr. Tarek, myself for renewable energy systems, or smart grids, Dr. Lulua, or water treatment, Dr. Peter, and green buildings, green environment, and built environment, sustainable cities, Dr. Azam. We are located in an education city, as you know. In the education city, our building is called Penrose, and we have several labs inside for water characterization, electromembrane processes, clean fuel production, integrated renewable energy systems, and hydrogen energy and fuel cell systems, and as well as 3D printing. But in addition to these labs, we can also use so-called KIRI research development complex labs. We have Qatar Energy Environment Institute. We have access to their labs for various characterization equipment, analytical chemistry lab, material characterization lab, microscopy lab, fabrication lab, also water desalination and PV laboratory. Our students have full access there. They can request the characterizations from those laboratories and use in their publications and thesis as well. So what are the requirements? Okay, if you want to do a master's on the left side, you need to complete 33 credits. Out of these 33, you have 3 core courses and 5 elective courses during 2 years. Master's is 2 years. And you need to register 1 seminar class and write a master thesis, which is equal to 9 credits. The master thesis, you start from the first semester or second semester based on your supervisor and your interest research area. For the PhD, we have less courses, okay? 3 plus 3, 3 core and 3 elective, 2 seminars, and then 40 research hours, which means your dissertation thesis will be 40 credits and almost 4 years. For the PhD, you need to have qualifying exam and candidacy exam and final dissertation exam in the last year. What are the core courses? To give you an idea about the content of the program, first, research methods and ethics. We teach you how to do the research, ethics, conduct literature review, etc. And then sustainability fundamentals. Since the program is sustainable energy or environment, you need to learn the fundamentals about energy, water, technology, social, and their relations. And then you need to select one core elective from these listed courses, such as statistics, advanced math, computational data analytics, numerical methods, or advanced system optimization. After these courses, which are mandatory to take, then you have electives, several electives. In the next slide, you will see for the fall term, we have innovation, entrepreneurship, sustainability, economy, energy, environment, advanced materials characterization, sustainability, economy, energy, environment, and then smart power grids, energy resources, oil and gas, water and wastewater treatment, water resources management, environmental impact assessment. And for the spring term, these are tentative courses, but most of them are offered every semester and every respective semester, fall or spring. First, for the first semester in the fall, you need to register 3 core courses, and then you register the electives in the second and consecutive semesters. For the spring, we have renewable energy systems, energy storage, life cycle assessment, efficiency, resource use, and sustainable cities, energy water food nexus, air quality, desalination technologies, solid and hazardous waste management. These type of courses are offered in spring semester. And that's all. And for the specific questions regarding the admission, etc., you will refer to the end of the presentations.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yusuf. And now we move to the Department of the Division of Information and Computing Technology with Dr. Bu Wang. Dr. Bu, the floor is yours.
Yeah, okay. You have the control or I can control you?
I got it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, hello everyone. So I'm Bu Wang from ICT Division. So actually ICT Division now is the biggest division in our college. So I will briefly present what we are doing in our division, the research side, and the programs we are offering. And most probably I will explain each program and what it's about. So you may choose the most suitable program for yourself. So our division covers a very wide spectrum of research from the hardware side, for example, device modeling, circuit design, electronics, robotics, then up to transmission, communication, networking, and then inside networking, for example, we have security, network security, data security. So once we have the data, for example, collected from sensors, we have program for AI, big data, etc. So at the end, of course, there are many application research as well in the area of health, transportation, medical, IoT, smart city, etc. So our division offers interdisciplinary programs, so offering cutting-edge education and research training, both from the theoretical side and also the practical side. Because we're an engineering school, of course, at the end you have to apply what you learned, what you researched to the actual scenario. So you will have some opportunities for like internship during your study, or you can take industry research project at your thesis if you're doing a master study. So for now, we have around 21 core faculties. Of course, next year there are a few faculties joining us from Texas A&M. So we are growing. As I said, now it's the largest division in our college. So I will not go through all the research area of each faculty. So if you're interested in our division, please browse the website and see the research area. And if you're interested, just drop an email to the faculty. Also have 4 faculties, joint faculties from 3 from QCRI, the research institute, and 1 from the College of Health and Life Science in the area of health research. So up to now, we offer 6 programs. Actually, 5 of them are postgraduate, 1 PhD, and 4 master programs. So in the following, I will go through each program, so what it's about, and for you to decide which program to submit for application. So for PhD, it's similar to Dr. Yusuf introduced. The number of credits requirement is the same. So the minimum credit 60. You have to do 3 core courses and 3 elective courses. At the end, you have to do around 42 credits on research dissertation. So for the core courses in PhD of ICT, so you have to do research methods and ethics, applied data analytics from the software side, principles of computer design, this is from the hardware side, and at the end, we have one course, advanced algorithm and data structures. So for the master in cybersecurity, number of credits the same as what Dr. Yusuf said. So this program focuses more on the research of applied cryptography, computer security, network security, hardware security, and also it covers about the security policy as well. So if you're working in the government, sometimes you have to do policy or make policies. It's also in the domain. And also management as well, and also ethics, security ethics. So the core courses for this program is applied cryptography, so computer and network security, and also security risk analysis at the end. So for this program, you can do 6 or 9 credits of research thesis, or 6 credits if you're working in a company. You can pick one topic that is relevant to your company business. So you can do that plus 1 elective. So there are 2 options for you. And the second master program is a master in data science. So this program focuses more on the knowledge of data science, applied statistics, and machine learning, AI, and also like large-scale data analysis, big data collection, storage, and also management. So number of credits is also 33 credits in 2 years. So for the core courses, you can see at the end listed here. I will not maybe go one by one. Yusuf, please. And the third program of master program we offer is it's called MDA program, Master of Data Analytics in Health Management. So this program focuses more on the data analysis for the health management side. So it will train researchers to manage and also analyze data in the health sector. So to improve the productivity of the healthcare center. Yeah. So the number of courses, like credits, 33 credits. So core courses are also listed here for your reference. And the last master program we offer is called MIS, Master of Information System in Health Management. So this program, you may think it's a bit relevant to the previous program, is Master of Data Analytics. So MIS focus more on the information system side. So for example, information management, health informatics, health record system, and health data management. So it's more on the IT side instead of data analysis side. So it's very suitable for health system practitioners like nurses, IT engineers in hospital, in the public health sector, also in the government for policy making, etc. So for this program, it's a bit different. So students are all encouraged to take the industry project. For example, if you're working in a hospital, you want to improve the current system, for example, like a data storage system in the hospital. So you can use the background you have and also the system you have to improve it based on what you learned from this program. So you will take a 6-credit industry project for this master program. So later on, if you have more questions, which program you want to choose, I'll be here to answer your questions. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Bo. Thank you very much. Now we're going to move to the Division of Engineering Management and Decision Sciences, and will be presented by Dr. Adil Al-Omari. Dr. Adil, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Yunus. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, everyone. So I'm Dr. Adil Al-Omari. I'm an associate professor in the Division of Engineering Management and Decision Sciences, and I'm also leading the division. And this evening I'll be walking you through basically our programs and give you some basic information about our offering. So the Division of Engineering Management, we have basically 3 programs. So I'll split them to 2. One program is offers a Master of Science and a PhD in Logistics and Supply Chain Management, which is my core field, as well as a second program, which is a Master of Science in Sports and Entertainment Management, which is a joint degree between HBKU and the University of South Carolina in US. So very quickly, Dr. Amin at the beginning mentioned that we have a quite international faculty member. This applies the same to all the divisions. So we are in a small division expanding in the future. So this is our core faculty. Same for the sport management. Next slide. So the sport management, so we are having here basically two full-time faculty members, Dr. Camille and Dr. Christos, while there is a larger team ad hoc from US. Of course, our faculty members, they are supported by a talented team of postdoctoral researchers, as well as a lab manager, Dr. Rajesh. So very briefly, just to give you an overview, this numbers shows a little bit the intake of our division in the past years. So as you can see, we usually admit basically more or less 10 PhD student and 15 master student in logistics and supply chain management, and around 10 students in the Master of Science in Entertainment Management. And we keeping like an average of graduating 5 PhD and an average of 7 to 8 master students in both programs. Just to give you probably more details about what our program is about. So basically, we all of us needs to understand quickly what is supply chain management. First of all, I'm sure that you have heard the term, whether in the past years or post-COVID, where we started clearly to understand the meaning of supply chain, which can be defined as in a simple terminology, as all the processes involved in making a product from raw material all the way down to a shelf. As you can see, there are a lot of actions between sourcing raw materials to production, to transportation, to distribution, to retailing, until reaching the shelf. And here we are not talking only about a flow of product. There is also a very important flow of information and financial. To understand as well the challenges of supply chain management, you probably need to have an overlook on how supply chain evolved in the past centuries, as I would say. So basically, the term was coined many centuries ago. Yet, as a terminology, it started on the early 90s. So with traditionally the mass production era, and here you can think of the Ford model, where we started just making only one type of car in a single model, single color, and it was very successful. After that, with start the lean manufacturing era, where companies wanted to think about reducing the waste, improving the processes through a lot of terminology and concepts like the just-in-time, etc. And then in the 90s, here we started really looking at supply chain management as we know today, through integrating some more flexibility, and this is what we call the mass customization era, where we try to have a clear, let's say, intake from the customers and to integrate them with the product specification. In the past few years, I would say we are stepping into era I would call the mass digitalization era, where supply chains are more characterized by being smart, well-connected, autonomous, global, And this is what making supply chain challenges very challenging to manage and to control. So our program basically aims at equipping the graduates and students with tools and skills to help them manage supply chains within this context of globalization, resilience, risk, as well as profitability, sustainability. So the program basically is built around three main pillars. With the first one is data science. Nowadays, we cannot make clear and informed decisions without aggregating real data and without leveraging the data we know. So here, fundamentals on data mining through even some common simple software and tools like R, Python, basic statistical analysis is essential to take advantage of data availability. Second pillar, I would call it optimization. And here, this is actually the backbone of what we are doing in our program, through which, you know, throughout supply chain, there is a lot of decision making. And when I say decision making, usually decision maker is aiming to meet some objectives. Objective could be to increase profit, to reduce a cost, to reduce weight, to meet a time target, while having on hand some resources. The resources could be budget, time, number of employees, etc. As well as, and of course, this is within a certain number of constraints. And constraints here can vary from process-related constraints. It can be capacity, it can be regulation, it can be law. So the idea is how to take the best course of actions, giving these resources under these constraints. Last but not least, the last pillar is simulation. In many contexts, industrial contexts, the processes are very challenging, very complex, so that we need some way to, let's say, to mimic the real process and to mirror it into a kind of a computer to see and to simulate certain scenarios. And then basically what would apply to the simulated version would give us a very good insights on how to act on the real scenario. So these are the three main pillars. In terms of applications, we have actually a lot of wide streams and focuses of our research that I would categorize. Of course, this is not very comprehensive, but there are many poles. The first pole that myself and my colleagues working on is healthcare operation management, where we are trying to propose strategies and tools on how to optimize healthcare operations. And here, when I say operations, from decision-making point of view, in order to optimize patient-related KPIs like the waiting time, access to care, etc., as well as system-related KPIs like the cost of care. This is here I'm talking about hospital, as well as hospital congestion. And there are actually many problems here, including and not limited to staff scheduling, resource allocation, capacity, etc. The second pole, and of course here I'm mentioning here a few of the partners that we are working in, and we would like to thank you, like Hamad Medical Corporation, the Ministry of Public Health in Qatar, the PHEC, etc. The second pole of our research and interest is what we call vehicle routing problems and transportation, generally in the context of, not necessarily, but mainly the context of last mile delivery. And when I say last mile delivery, here is the last leg of supply chain that is the most challenging, And this is actually the part, if you consider e-commerce, for example, where your parcel or your order needs to be dispatched from your retailer warehouse to your home. Here, it's a very, very challenging problem, and it's a growing problem, particularly in the last years, where e-commerce is taking more and more space in our, let's say, economic and business practices. Third pole is a pole related to manufacturing, production planning and control, where we work with our partners on processes and processes and strategies related to production planning and manufacturing, as well as some new initiatives in additive manufacturing and 3D printing. And finally, we are always as well having a fourth pole that I would call a sustainable, resilient supply chains, where we focus more into some aspects of resilience on how to build a supply chain that could, accommodate disruption, how to build a supply chain that are sustainable. And sustainable here, as mentioned by the colleagues before, in our nowadays business practices, customers and business owner and government are not only driven by profit, but also they are driven by carbon emission and how environmentally friendly are the products and processes. If you just put this is actually CloudWorld showing a little bit the tools and techniques and main keywords that are needed and that we often use. As you can see, again, the pillars I've mentioned before, data analytics, simulation, digital twins, discrete event simulation, as well as, of course, machine learning and artificial intelligence that are nowadays very great applications of what we do. Curriculum-wise, I think starting with the Master of Science in Logistics and Supply Chain Management, as you can see, the requirements are more or less standard, with approximately that need to be completed within 4 semesters, 2 years, 53 credit hours, with a Master of Science with a thesis option or a project option. Of course, a project option requires students to take 1 more elective, but in general, both they take 3 core courses, including a research method course, supply chain management, optimization course, and then a student, they need to pick 5 or 6 elective from a wide range of elective offering, and then based on their choice whether they are going to do a thesis. And when I say thesis here, the requirements from the student are a little different and beyond industrial project, which is more like a practical case. A thesis is more, we expect from the student to provide some more contributions and more innovation in terms of contributions to the body of the literature in that field. For the PhD is, of course, is a longer journey. So the PhD in Logistics and Supply Chain Management, it's basically 60 credit hours. That is, which means like 3.5 years minimum. As you can see, course-wise, PhD student requires to take 3 core courses, and here the core courses are again research method and ethics, to prepare them on how to undertake research by how to search for literature, how to write a technical report, how to communicate efficiently. A second core course on supply chain management, as well as 1 first elective on optimization, and a 3rd core on advanced optimization that we call it prospective analytics. Then there are 2 more electives, and then the student, they need to spend like a number of credit hour to perform the research. This is actually a very brief snapshot of the courses we are offering. As you can see, I will not mention the title of one by one. However, I would mention probably the clusters of courses. So we are having one cluster around optimization techniques, and here we are referring to applied mathematics, linear algebra, optimization, operations research. And then a second cluster of courses around operation and supply chain management. And here we are talking applied subjects like production operation management, etc. And a final cluster on research and data, where we have data analytics and research, etc. Moving to the second program in our division, which is the Master of Sport and Entertainment Management. As I mentioned before, this is a joint program with the University of South Carolina in the US. The program actually sits as the intersections between operation management, financial and marketing, as well legal and policy. So you can think of operation management here. Think of any large event, sport event or entertainment event. There is actually a lot of logistics that are needed basically to make the event successful from a logistics point of view, like attendees, safety, assignment, evacuation protocols, etc. So, as well as there are actually a lot of requirements from the legal policy on how to advertise the event, how to make it successful, etc. So the mastery is pretty much a little different from the standard ones you are having at HBQ, because they are more into 36 credit hour. Actually, it was created basically to support Qatar vision to be a major hub for sports and entertainment. As you can see, again, we are having here a program with a thesis or non-thesis option. Non-thesis option means here it's basically course-based. So 5 electives, 7 core courses, and a comprehensive exam. While the thesis option here, there is a dissertation and 7 core courses, and as you can see, 3 electives. These are some quick summary of some possible courses that you take here. We will refer later to the website where you can find more details. As for the research polls here, they are all around what I mentioned before, the 3 intersection of the program. So there is like tourism and hospitality management, sport governance, sustainability in sports, sport-related corporate and social responsibility, etc. So we already mentioned here, these are some of the projects and done with multiple partners in Qatar and beyond. So with that, I thank you very much. I hand it back to Younes.
Thank you, Dr. Adi. Thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. So now we're going to move to the admission requirements, and that's with Mohammed Salat. But just before that, I just want a quick reminder again. We will take all of these questions that you're asking right now. I'm going to go through them, and then the professors that are in charge will basically answer the questions as they are, if they are applicable, obviously. So, Mohammed, I guess if the floor is yours, if whenever you're ready.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Younes. Just having a small technical difficulty. Just give me 1 minute.
Yes, please.
Yes, okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Yunus. Thank you to all the faculty of the College of Science and Engineering. My name is Mohammed Al Salat. I'm a senior admission specialist from the Office of Admission and Enrollment. I'm going to talk to you about the admission requirements for the programs presented by our faculty at the College of Science and Engineering. So the applicants seeking admission to the College of Science and Engineering graduate programs at HBKU should have a strong academic record with a minimum of 3 out of 4 GPA from recognized universities, or what is equivalent. So when we mean what is equivalent is that we will do our own conversion for the grades, whether it was out of 5, a percentage, out of 7, out of 100, or out of 10 in some countries. Applicants to the master's program should have a bachelor's degree, while applicants to the PhD program should have a master's degree. Applicants to some PhD programs are required to submit a valid GRE general test score at the time of application. This is exclusive to the programs and the division of sustainability, which are PhD in sustainable environment and PhD in sustainable energy. Applicants with prior research experience are preferred, especially for the PhD programs. So as you can see here, all the required fields of study to each program. So most of the programs in the ICT division are required to have computer science or computer engineering, electrical, and electronic engineering or information systems, also mathematics and related fields. And it goes on with engineering for logistics and sustainability, also computer science for cybersecurity programs and data science and engineering, and the list goes on. You can view that all information for each specific program on our website. So the requirements of the applications, the application is done online, so you need to fill out an application through our main website. You will need to provide an academic transcript with a minimum GPA 3 out of 4. If you're applying for PhD, you are required to provide both transcripts for the bachelor's and your master's. A grading scale, if possible. The grading scale is the grading key used by the university in calculating the GPAs or the grades of the students. A TOEFL of a minimum of 79 or an IELTS of 6.5 is required for English proficiency. If you have studied in English, an official letter from the university confirming that you have studied in English is required to be exempted from that requirement. A personal statement about a page and a half, where you talk about yourself, your ambitions, why you're interested in the program, and what are your reasons for applying to the program. Of course, a CV, identification document, passports for international students, passport and QID for residents and nationals, 2 letters of recommendations, preferably academic, and there is an application fee of 250 riyals. Yes, there are some countries or some people that may face some difficulties in paying out the application fee. You can request a waiver through the admissions email. This will be evaluated by our department, and it may be accepted or may be rejected. So the important dates, the admissions have already opened. It's already we're already receiving applications. The admission application deadline for international students is 1st of Feb. Admission or the last day for applicants who want to apply for funding for residents and nationals is 15th of March, and late applications for them is until 3rd of May.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. Thank you very much. Now we're going to move to the presentation of our Students Affair, and for that, I'm going to play a short video for you, and we'll resume after the video.
قسم المشاركة الطلابية في إدارة شؤون الطلاب هو أحد الأقسام الداعمة للطلاب في جامعة حمد بن خليفة، والذي يسهم بشكل كبير في دعم الطلاب وإشراكهم وإخراطهم في الأنشطة غير الأكاديمية. هناك أنشطة رياضية، هناك أنشطة ثقافية، هناك أنشطة تعليمية، جميعها تكون خارج المنهج التعليمي، ولكن كلها يصب في النهاية نتائجها تصب في النتيجة التعليمية لكل طالب.
كل سنة الفرق عندنا عددها يكثر. عندنا لحد الآن 6 فرق رياضية، فريق كرة قدم فئة بنين، فريق كرة سلة فئة بنين وبنات، فريق كرة طائرة بنين وبنات، وعندي فريق فئة شباب كريكت.
احنا طبعا نتواصل في إدارة شؤون الطلاب من خلال إدارة التواصل المجتمعي وشؤون الطلاب مع الجامعات الشريكة الموجودة في قطر فونديشن من خلال ما يسمى بالكارير سيرفيسز اللي هو الخدمات المهنية. قمنا في السابق في موضوع اللي هو المعرض المهني كارير فير. أيضا عملنا في السابق برنامج كان لقادة المجتمع، دعينا فيه معظم رؤساء الشركات وأيضا بعض الوزراء للتعرف على الجامعة وتعريفهم ببرامج الجامعة اللي تطرحها.
احنا في إدارة شؤون الطلاب نهتم خاصة في ناحية العلاقات المجتمعية، كتوقيع اتفاقيات، كزيارة الشركات الخاصة والغير خاصة للتعريف عن جامعة حمد بن خليفة، وتواصل اتفاقيات من ناحية توفير فرص للطلاب أو للخريجين، أو أنك إذا شركات أو القطاع الخاص عندهم مثلا وجهات نظر كالتعاون ممكن احنا نخدمها تحت إطار اتفاقية أو تحت إطار اللي هو تعاون مشترك ويانا.
All right, so now we move to we're almost at the end of the presentation. I think this slide summarizes all of the links that might be super interesting for you if you want to get more in-depth information about our programs. Yes, we're going to open the floor for questions and answers. And I saw that Professor Bitcher has already answered some questions, but I'm going to go here very quickly and then very briefly. I will read a couple of some of the questions as the time permits, and we'll try to answer to them as we move on.
Yeah, Eunice,
So,
there's some
yes.
raising their hands. Maybe you can start from
Yes,
that. Yeah.
some have raised their hands. Yes, but let me go through the questions that have already been asked here because the list is a bit long. Yes, so I hold a baccalaureate in technical mathematics with a good grade, and I recently graduated with a bachelor degree in organic chemistry. I am very interested in pursuing graduate studies, HBKU, especially in program related to science and engineering. Can I apply without an English certificate and submit it later? Do you offer conditional admission? I think this is from Muhammad.
No, we will need that letter. If the application comes without English proficiency confirmation, the application would be returned to the applicant for them to attach the required documents.
Oh, that's unfortunately a no. Another question is, can I apply with the master GPA 2.9 out of 4.2? That's Muhammad again.
For GPAs that are above 4, they're not using the USA, let's say, GPA system that's used at HBKU. We will need to do a conversion of the grades. So a grading scale and the transcript will be needed. Then we can evaluate whether the 2.9 is enough to meet the minimum requirement.
All right. Another question here I would like to ask regarding the admission. After the acceptance, there is an interview. So what exactly the interview will discuss about, and what also about scholarship? Again, Muhammad, I guess.
Yeah, so the interview part is done by the selection committee. It's done before the selections, not after. So you may be or may not be interviewed depending on especially the number of candidates and how strong the candidates are. So interviews are also used for by the faculty in order to select who's the much better fit for the program.
All right. Another question here. I have bachelor in chemical engineering and master's in strategic products management. I also have 2 years experience as research assistant, I guess, in the chemical engineering department, Qatar
There's
University.
one,
So I would,
I can
yes,
reply quickly. Basically, for
beautiful. Go
PhD
for
in
it.
sustainable environment or energy, it's okay not to have the same discipline in the master program. It can be from a different discipline as well. So you can apply.
All
It
right.
is under the scope of
So the
our
answer here
program.
is you can.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
you can apply, of course, yes. And then I got a question about postdoc opportunities in the power system. I guess that's you as well, Yusuf, if you have any postdoc
So for
opportunities.
postdocs, basically, you need to approach the professors directly if they are looking in a postdoc in the power systems. Now you can check the name of the professors, Dr. Lulua, Dr. Haitham, Dr. Sertaj, etc. If they are looking for a postdoc, you can communicate directly by email.
All right. And I have one here. I think this is for Bo. I have a master's in physics. Am I eligible to apply to PhD in engineering and computer science? From physics to computer science.
Yes, you can. We have professors working on devices, modeling, etc. Yes.
All right. So the answer here is yes, you can. I have a question here about supply chain and artificial intelligence. I am planning to continue specializing in supply chain at the PhD level. Would you recommend pursuing a PhD in supply chain management, or should I continue with a PhD in business administration? I think this is for Adil.
Well, actually, they are the only the person who can answer this question, because the paths for both are completely different.
Yeah,
So
let me. I think I have to write the whole question because I see this. Look, I am great. I would like to ask for your advice. I am a master's student in business administration, and my thesis focuses on supply chain and artificial intelligence. Yes, that was the missing part. So they are master's students in business administration.
Oh, okay, I see the message. Okay, so so you are having an MBA, as I understand. So probably here the admission team would need to answer this question in terms of whether MBA is considered as a requirement to pursue PhD or not, because usually we look at Master of Science or Master of Philosophy. Yet, I mean, even though it is considered, the PhD program, logistics and supply chain management, is pretty much different from business administration, in the sense here we are more into technical. So we don't do really governance, management, and these aspects. We are more into operational and technical aspects of logistics and supply chain management, which require our student to have a good background in either industrial and system engineering, applied mathematics,
Yes.
or computer engineering.
Okay, yes. So I guess this question requires a bit more context, and I will definitely recommend the person who asked this question to approach Adil for deeper discussion, perhaps. Here I have another question. I'm interested in research, AI applied to energy and load forecasting for planifications and power system resilience. Do we offer such a field? I think this is Yusuf again.
Yes, that's definitely. As I explained in the presentation, we have also some computer background students who can use AI or even electrical engineering. They apply to smart power grids, predictive maintenance, etc. So definitely it is under domain.
Okay. Another one here.
Next one I can answer. Yeah, chemical engineering background. For the selection,
Yes.
we don't. For the selection of the students, if you are not employed since 5 years, 6 years, it is not problem for us. We check the credentials from bachelor's, master's, and then if there is any conference and publications, they are a benefit. and you need to satisfy the other admission requirements, but unemployment is not negative.
Okay. There is another question here, the one that's just after this one. It has to do with Islamic studies and I guess computer science. Does anyone knows if we have this kind of combination between the two? Well, I know that we have the Hadith product, which is kind of it was kind of an Islamic computer science applied to Islamic topic, I would say. But here is for Quranic verses. I have no. Anybody has any feedback on this question?
I think he needs to apply to CSE. Yeah, there are several researchers working on Sharia, and
Okay.
they're trying to combine the AI. So I know that
All
some
right.
topics are relevant to this, but it
So
is
he
under
needs
the College of
to
Islamic Studies.
Islamic studies, yes. So you might want to reorient your question to the Islamic studies departments. Okay, bachelor in computer science, 7th semester. I have experience in data science and 1.5 years of internship, and focus on AI-based state prediction, epilepsy. I am interested in applying to masters and exploring research opportunities in AI within your department. Well, that's pretty vague question, I guess. Let's move down here to pick other questions. Okay. Which professor speaks about sustainable energy? That's Yusuf Pitcher. I have masters in logistics management, and I am looking to continue my PhD in LSCM. I am 48 years old with 23 years of experience in the SC field. My question, is there a chance to have scholarship opportunity? If not, how much will it cost? Should the students attend the campus regularly? Well, this is I think Muhammad's question, I guess.
I'm trying to follow up with the question. I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
to
this
more into
is
it.
Muhammad Faza, which is a bit kind of I scrolled down because we have to move on. We don't have much time left.
Yunus, if you want, I can elaborate on this question because
Please.
I read here that this question is recurrent.
Yeah, Allah, go please.
So this is actually for everyone. The process of getting a scholarship is a little bit different from the process of admission. Okay, so you need first of all to submit your application for the program you want. Maybe at the time of the application you mentioned that you are interested in having a scholarship or you want to self-pay your study. Then your application will be first of all screened by our admission team, and if you are eligible, and eligibility in terms that your file is complete, that you paid the fee, that you have the English requirement, the GPA requirement, and etc., then your application, if successful, is forwarded to the concerned department. Now, within the department, we start a second screening, which means we have now a pool of eligible students, out of which we are going to select, a specific number, depending on many internal constraints. Let's say we are going to pick 10. Then we need to look at the CVs, look at some details, the recommendation letter, your profiles, and then pick up the number we want. And this is at this point only comes the point of scholarship, which differs from year to year. And there are some professors, they have a scholarship. So the scholarship will go to specific profile only in that stage. I hope I answered that for everyone.
Yeah, that sounds like very complete answer. What is the minimum GPA required to graduate from master's degrees? So depending, I guess, right?
What is the question again, Yus?
What is the minimum GPA required to graduate from master's degrees?
I don't know if I understand the question very well. To graduate for the master's degree, as well for a PhD student, he needs to meet many requirements.
Yes.
The requirement is to complete the coursework, to complete the number of required credit with and then soon they need to maintain 3.0 GPA. So
That's
if
clear.
I understand very well your question, GPA has to be 3.0 and above, and this is not the only requirement. So there are other requirements. You need to pass certain other exams, etc.
Yes, there's another one here that says, what about the number of research paper I should publish to be accepted into a PhD program? Are there requirements in terms of papers?
No, actually having published previously research paper, of course, actually is can play a role and actually make your profile stronger and robust to show that you have a research experience. But
Okay.
it's not mandatory for you to apply for a PhD.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, another one here says, I completed my undergraduate and graduate studies in the chemical engineering program in China. During my graduate studies, I focused on the field of catalysis. Is there a similar research direction available for pursuing a doctorate degree at your
I have
institution?
already replied. We have several research on photocatalysis, photoelectrochemistry, catalytic conversion of fuels. So definitely there is lots of professors here. You can contact them. And it is under
Beautiful.
the sustainable energy domain.
So it's under the sustainable energy domain.
Yes.
So yes, the answer here is yes, we do. Then again, there is a recurrent question that comes again and again. It was about scholarship, but I guess that was clarified by Adil a second ago. And then I got questions also about the slide deck. Remember, as I said at the beginning, this will be published on HBKU's YouTube channel. So we have the full presentation plus the discussion that we're having right now. And then I see that Yusuf has already answered some questions. I will pick two last questions, and we are going to conclude. I have an engineering, I guess, degree in mechanical. I have mechanical engineering background, GPA 3, and master's in economics. Currently working as assistant professor in an Indian humanity college. I haven't yet published. What are my chances? I want to apply to a PhD sustainable environment.
Basically, he's eligible since it's over 3 GPA, but it will go to the competition based on the other students in the pool.
Yeah.
If selected, then we will invite for interview, but he has a chance.
Yes. Does HBKU offer online PhDs programs for international?
No, actually, all programs in HBKU are in person, on site.
So there is no distance learning?
No, there is no distance learning.
Okay.
And as I have to mention, because I think I read the questions.
Yes.
Online degrees accepted. No, they are not, at least for international students, as even for residents and Qataris who have an online degree and they want to, let's say, an online master's and they want to continue on PhD. It's gonna take a few months even to get an equivalency letter from the Ministry of Education, Higher Education here in Qatar. So it's like a big request where they require all the documents starting from high school until his latest degree, and then they will see if it's accepted or not.
Yes.
At the same time, there is a list that is accepted by the ministry. If that university is there, we may consider it, but that list is very, very, very small.
Yeah. So I have another one here, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. Should I contact the professors in the field I want to pursue my PhD
yes,
in?
it is better. So basically, if you
Yes.
contact the professors, it will increase your chance. Pre-communication will help.
Exactly,
For
yes.
PhD students, especially, it is normally you have an advisor, supervisor first, and then you are admitted. Okay, PhD.
Yes. This is a great comment. You should.
Just to add to this, but be
Yes.
careful that you need to go through the standard procedure in terms of application through HBKU portal.
Yes. Okay, very important. Yes, first go through the standard procedure and then get in touch with the professor, I guess. Can I get application fee waiver from Nigeria? Muhammad, I
So
guess.
as I mentioned, once you've done the application, you've submitted your application, you can send an email with the application number on to admissions email, so admissions@hbku.edu.qa, and request a waiver with full justification. There will be a form to fill out, and then it will be evaluated by our management whether to accept it or not.
Okay. What are the criteria for selecting PhD applicants, and does selection priorities prioritize the students with the high GPA? Obviously, yes. And having papers, I guess, yes, right? Well, that's pretty standard question. Will acceptance be on a running basis, or will it be delayed until after the application deadline? Oh, wow, this is interesting. Yes. When
So-
did they hear back, basically?
So it depends on the number of applications that we are receiving every year. So it's not a standard thing, since it depends on the number of applications. But usually for internationals, we receive the answers or the selection by April, and for nationals and residents of Qatar, we receive them by May, since their deadline is on May. So we receive them by mid-May, early June.
All right. This is very. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put back this slide here so you can still have the links. And last question is, for the master's program in data science, is it mandatory to do internship? Also, after that, would it be easy to continue PhD in computer engineering at HBKU?
No, it's not mandatory. It's just you have the chance to take internship for the during summer, during winter. Not mandatory, of course.
All right, so it's not mandatory. Yes.
By the way, Eunice, there are many raising their hands for long. Maybe you can go through those. Yeah.
Let me go to the ones who are raising the hands, and just give me 1 second here. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't know whether they can unmute themselves or not.
yes. Let me take one or two from raising the hand. I will take the first one. Okay. So I'm gonna unmute Rasha Alama. Hello. Please.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I didn't expect you will
No,
unmute
you see,
me.
you raise your hand, so you get you get a chance.
Okay. Well, about the application.
Yes.
You're already answer for all my questions for the application fees, and also for English. What's the certificate that you need from university that to make sure I studied in English?
All right, so that's for
it's a medium
Muhammad.
of instruction letter that confirms that the language of the material given to you at the university was in English.
Okay,
all right.
so also I need the supervisor. I want to apply for a PhD in sustainable environment.
So then approach the supervisors or professors from the list I have shared also in the chat. You need to find a suitable supervisor and an email.
Okay, thank you. You already answered all my questions. Thank you
All
for.
right, thank you very much. Let's move on now to another one, Muhammad Abdel. All right, Salam alaikum, Muhammad. You may ask your question, please.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so I was the one that actually asked the questions for the online degree, and why I actually asked was the online degree I had was it's like a partnership, like it's a distance learning and in the UK. But currently I'm a Google DeepMind scholar, studying another master's at Ames. But my problem is that when I'm submitting my application, I wouldn't have like half of my results on it. So that was why I asked the question if I could use my online degree. I will still
All right.
submit
So basically, we have
some.
already answered your question, right?
No, no. Actually,
yes.
The question is that I want to submit the online degree with my own schedule of masters that I'm doing now.
Okay.
But I won't have marks on it because I'm still studying. But I'll finish before I start.
I got
PhD.
your question.
Okay,
You
so
want to
Mohammed,
submit, but you don't have yet the
how
master.
much material did you? How many credit hours have you taken, or is it masters by research?
It's a master's by research, the one I'm doing actually.
So, and it's also online.
No. The one I'm doing is in South Africa. It's physical. The one I'm the deep mind scholar. It's physical actually. But the distance one is online.
All right. I think Muhammad has a technical issue right there. He's back.
No, I can hear you. On that, this applies to you and to everybody. If you are even didn't finish your degree at the time of the admission, that's fine. Just mention the master, apply, put the transcript of whatever you had so far. And anyways, the admission, they will be asking you for the final transcript later on. So whether you are in a bachelor and you didn't finish your bachelor and you apply for master, that's fine, as long as you are going to finish before fall 2026.
Yes, to add to Dr. Adil, so if you are still currently doing your degree, you will be required to provide a letter confirming your enrollment and expected date of graduation as well.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Now
Thank you
I'm
so
going to
much.
move to James O'Neill. James, hello.
Hi, thanks for unmuting me. Yeah, my question was, I'm based in Qatar. I have a PhD from a UK university. I'm 25 years plus experienced in oil and gas as a mechanical engineer. I'm just wondering, I would like to sort of continue research in the future and join HBK University. What oil and gas relevant topics you have areas of research? I'm aware of the reservoir modeling you did. Is there
Reservoir
any other
modeling,
topics?
reservoir simulation, and natural gas conversion to alternative fuels, synthetic fuel production, natural gas processing, refinery, efficiency improvement, flaring, carbon emission reduction, carbon dioxide conversion. These are the topics mainly related with oil and gas industry. We have several students who are already employed in Qatar Energy LNG, Qatar Steel, Qatalum. They are in the field, they are engineers for several years of experience, so you can definitely apply as a resident here. You will have more chance.
Yeah, good. Yeah. What would be the next step to contact the professors?
Yes, yeah, exactly. And first, you need to apply officially on the website, and then contact the professors that you have your interests of research. Dr. Ahmed Abu Sheikha, Dr. Mohammed Azizur Rahman are the main petroleum engineers if you want to contact them.
Okay, repeat the first name, please.
And Dr. Ahmed Abu Sheikha for reservoir simulation, and Dr. Mohammed Azizur Rahman for petroleum flow assurance.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, James. Now I'm going to take two more, I guess, and then we have to call it a day. Shaima Masoudi. Hello, Shaima.
Yes, hello everyone. I want to thank you for this presentation. I want to thank Mr. Adil because I'm interested in the program of Logistics and Supply Chain Management PhD program, especially the scholarship program. I want just like to highlight that I have a bachelor degrees in supply chain and logistics, master degrees in transportation. I got my diploma from the National Higher School of Technology in Algeria. So recently I heard about the program, so I'm late a little bit. I didn't pass the IELTS exam, even the TCF exam, so I don't have certifications. Also publications, I didn't make any publication before, but I have experience in operations management and in demand planning. So am I able maybe to participate, not this year, maybe the next year in this program? Also, my GPA is less than 3, I think 2.7 or 2.8.
Quickly, hi Shaima, thank you for your interest. But again, here your question is different layers. Layer number one is you want to apply without having IELTS or score. So I think this is Mr. Muhammad can answer that. But as far as I know, as long as you are not going to provide that very soon, that's not acceptable. Two, again, the GPA. I think again, the GPA, for low GPA, I think there is, I mean, if the GPA is very close to 3, there are some profiles that go through a specific exception that we need to study them. However, if it is beyond a certain number, it will not go through.
Yeah. All right. That was clear. Thank you, Shaima, for this question. Said two, so let's keep it two. We got Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr, you can speak. The floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Well, I'm very much interested in logistic and supply chain management, and I am very happy
Supply
that
chain management,
all
right?
you
You
have.
said.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
very happy that all you have patience for answering the questions like us. So, first of all, I want to share that I am a graduate mechanical engineer from Bangladesh and having a supply chain degree, that is a postgraduate diploma from ISCA Bangladesh. Also, I am doing my project management degree, and that is post PGD, postgraduating diploma. So my question is how all of this program that you structured in logistic and supply chain management will boost me up for the career inside the Qatar that I am planning for my career from Bangladesh to Qatar in recent years, and all the criterias I checked already in last month. I think that the eligibility is good for me.
Yeah.
But one question
Yes.
for the admission to the administrative department, that is for having the recommendation letter. Can I get one recommendation letter from my current work station and another from my bachelor's university that I completed in 2021? So
All
is
right.
it okay, or would I collect both recommendation letter as a academic from the academic professors?
Great. Thank you for your question. So I guess this is Muhammad, right? You're not audible, Muhammad. Adil, maybe do you have any? Sorry, Muhammad, you're not audible.
At the same time,
Muhammad. No, it's very difficult. Very difficult. Does anybody else has an answer to this question, or we can wait until Muhammad gets back on online, I guess, and take another one. Well, let's wait until Muhammad is back and we get back to your question. Now I will take the last one. This one is.
hello, can you hear me?
Yunus, you're muted.
Yes, I just gave the floor to Ahmed. Ahmed, what's your question?
Hello. My name is
Hello.
Ahmed. Actually, I'm interested in PhD programming in computer science. I want to ask Professor Puang, and I just wanted to ask him how I can contact with professors, because this is the most important step, as what I understand from this discussion.
Yeah, actually, my answer is simple. Just Google HPQU, CSE. You'll find all the professor profiles with contact
Yes.
and research area.
Yes,
You'll find
Okay,
everything.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
As
you.
soon
That
as
was
you get
fast.
someone you like, and then you
Yeah.
send an email and then keep hammering. That's your
Okay,
future.
okay.
All
Thank
right,
you for all
thank
the
you.
information.
Thanks. Do we have Muhammad back with us?
I am here, but I don't know if you can
right.
hear me.
Now we hear you.
Okay,
now we
good.
get back to Abu Bakr's question. Yes.
So it was regarding recommendations. So it's
Yes.
preferably academic, but since it's a recommendation, you mentioned that it's a recommend. You're applying for PhD. Is that what I understand? And that the recommendation is from your bachelor's. So it has to be new, not an old recommendation that was done years ago.
All right. And he can have it from his employee and then
Yes,
from
yeah,
the
it is possible
professor.
because sometimes you lose contact.
Yes.
People move on and so on. So we put that into consideration.
Wonderful. That's great. Do we have some more time for questions? Hadil, what do you think? Should we keep going with questions or should we wrap it up?
Doctor?
Of course,
I would suggest
for
you
others.
to pick out
I'm
some
sorry?
important questions. Okay.
I'm sorry?
I'm saying you can just pick some important questions or some really different
Yes,
questions.
they are very, I mean, they
That's
got
it.
really important questions. But I see that in the chat, Yusuf and Bo are already answering questions, which is fantastic. And I guess I'm gonna pick up because we're gonna wrap up at 8, so we still have some time actually for some more questions.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's start with the list from the top to the bottom, right? Abdulrahman Imran Sabu. Please go ahead, Abdulrahman. Hello. All right, this doesn't work for Abdurrahman. So let me take someone else here. Walid. Hello, Walid.
Hello, good evening. Do you hear me?
Good evening. Yes, we do.
I do have a question regarding the cybersecurity measure. Do you provide any kind of support for the research students if they have a project or they have an idea of a startup in the future? And also the second question is, can I work in a research team as a part-time in my field during my studies or not? Thanks for replying.
Very good question.
Yeah, yes, during study, you will be allocated a supervisor you can contact, or later in the first semester, you'll be allocated one. So you'll work with the supervisor, and depends on his grants or whatever, you can work as a RA, research assistant. So for future after graduation, depends. Yeah.
Beautiful. Getting back.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we hear you.
I wasn't unmuted back then, so I can see that you unmute
Okay.
me.
All right.
So my question here is, I'm nearly done with my master's. I'm currently writing my research, so I'm about to be at the end of my master's degree. So I'm having, let's say, like 2 or 3 transcript, unofficial transcript. So can I use my unofficial transcript for creation of PhD? And I did my bachelor's degree in cybersecurity as well as my master's. So is there an avenue for me to have specified direction in cybersecurity domain in the PhD? It has to be just like computer science. I will just be given and research related to my question. So that's my question.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
That's who's gonna answer this one?
Okay, so for unofficial transcripts, since he did not graduate yet, it's fine, but he will be required to provide them as soon as he graduates.
Okay. That was one question. The other what was your other question, Abdulrahman? What? He's gone. All right, good. So let's take another one. Mujain Sulaiman. Salam alaikum, Mujain.
Yes, hello. Hello,
Yes.
finally, because I was waiting.
You see,
So
good
I
son comes
wanted
back.
to ask,
Yes.
sorry for that. I'm a student in a new university that opened in Qatar. It's the name of it is Arkansas State. So basically, the university offers digital technology and design. My concentration is in cybersecurity, but I want to apply to the masters in the healthcare system. Management and healthcare system. So is it possible or not? Because I haven't taken anything related to medicine. And also, I will finish my degree on May. So I should just mention the official transcript that I will finish my degree on May. And
Yes.
and should I have IELTS or SAT for applying for master's degree?
Yes, I see that. Well, your question is more kind of a life science question, right?
Yeah, I'll answer your first question. Yes, you can apply for MIS as long as
Good.
your background is engineering. So you have some
Alright.
math courses, you know a little bit about programming, it's fine. So for the transcript, I think Adel also commented, if you cannot get the official degree, you can submit unofficial document like transcript, whatever you have. Because once, if you are admitted, you have to provide all the documents, official documents at the end to enroll. Yeah.
And for her last question was IELTS and SAT. So SAT is not it's not a requirement for for the masters or the PhD programs at HBKU. However, for the English proficiency, since you're studying in Arkansas, so we just need a letter confirming that you are studying in English, and that would be sufficient to exempt you from the requirement.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Let's take another one. Hassan. Hassan, the floor is yours.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
يعطيك العافية كيف الحال؟
الله
How are you?
يعافيك. الحمد
I
لله.
just have a question. I have
Yeah.
finished a bachelor and master degree in mechanical engineering. Okay, and I'm looking for to shift my career to computer science or data science. So if I want to start for master in data science or computer engineering, is there any special requirements, or can I apply for this one, or should I have some courses taken in bachelor degree?
Yeah, we
This
accept.
is
Yeah, we accept degrees like in engineering in general. So we don't like limit for you to be in computer science before. So we check whether you have like sufficient math background and programming background if you want to apply for data science.
okay. And
the answer is you can.
Yes, okay, that's good, thank you. And for the studies in general, is it because most of us are working, so you have like late lectures or Saturdays or
Yeah, for master and
special
PhD, the course is starting from like 4 p.m. So from 4 to 7 usually.
Yeah, after working hours.
4 to 7. Okay, so every day 4 to 7. Or depends on the course, right?
Yeah, it depends on your study plan each semester. Yes, but it's after it's
After
at 4,
working
starting
hours.
at 4. Yes.
طيب, good, great, thank you. This is my
Thank
questions.
you, Hassan. Thank you,
شكرا.
thank you. I have another one from Brick. Brick, please. Hello, Brick. Or
Hello,
Bright,
how are
maybe.
you? Assalamu
Brick.
alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
I hope you are fine.
Sorry?
Can I apply without an English certificate submit it later? Do you offer conditional admission? This is my question, only question.
Yes. Okay. Conditional admission without English certification. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's Muhammad.
So it's better to have the application with all the documents. So when are you expected to do your test, whether it's IELTS or TOEFL? And have you studied in English?
Brick, that was a question for you.
What? Could you please explain that again?
Which language have you studied in?
I'm studying in Algeria.
So
Engineering.
it's
Have,
French, I'm
That's
guessing.
French, Arabic, I guess.
yeah, of course. I have a baccalaureate in engineering chemical, and I am from Algeria.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
study language French.
Okay. Are you a resident or an international?
What?
Are you a resident of Qatar or an international applicant?
No, international.
So you are required to provide the TOEFL or IELTS score, the minimum scores, because it's for residents and nationals, they have a bit more time to get the test because they have a longer duration for the application. For internationals, you have 2 months, I guess, from today. So you'll have to be working on the test and get the minimum scores.
All right. Thank you very much, Brick, for this question. I think time's up, but we have 4 left kind of hands. Should we let me see. This is an interesting question. Is Duolingo exam accepted as English proficiency?
No, only IELTS
Yes.
and TOEFL, academic IELTS.
Exactly. Yes,
Institutional exams are not accepted.
All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for all of these questions and interest. And I think you can reach out to us through the HBKU website. And then if you type CSE college, you will see, as Bo said earlier, you will see a list of all the professors and all the departments. And you feel free to ask them questions, to send emails to them, and then they will be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much for this session, for being present, and thank you to all professors for their presentations, and then hope to have you with us at HBKU. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.